Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our subject Business Enterprise Simulation. But this time, our learning competency is to prepare a strategic plan outlining the competitive environment and focusing on the appropriate competition strategy. But before we start with our proper lesson this morning, we will start our class with a prayer.
Above all powers, above all kings, above all nature and all created things, above all wisdom and all the ways of man, you were here before the world began. Above all kingdoms, above all thrones, above all wonders the world has ever known, above all wealth and treasures of the earth, there's no way to measure what you're worth. Crucified and laid behind a stone, you lived to die, rejected and alone, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall and thought of me above all.
Hello everyone, are you ready? Are you excited to our topic this morning? Alright, so I'm happy to be with you this morning to impart with you all with our lesson, strategic planning. So what it is strategic planning and why is it important? But before that, let us define strategy. So in the definition of strategy, moves a business forward to the intended destination, evolves over time in response to changing circumstances, must be supported by sufficient revenue to cover costs and earn a profit. So when we talk about strategy, in your group, this is where you'll focus your efforts to achieve your goals and how you will succeed or where to play and how to win. It defines a specific course of action that will take you from where you are now to where you want to be. Have you heard about the story of Alexander the Great? How he defended the Persian king Darius, even if he is outnumbered armies compared to the armies of King Darius. He defeated and won the battle. Why? It is because of how Alexander the Great uses the technique of strategy. So what is actually the strategy of Alexander the Great? His strategy is to kill Darius. No? Pag napatay si Darius, disable na ang tanan. So, that is his goal to defeat King Darius. So, that is the best strategy that Alexander the Great won the battle. So, the same within business also. You have to use your best strategy for you to win in your business. How about strategic planning? So, strategic planning is an organizational management activity that is used to set priorities, focus energy and resources, strengthen operations, ensure that employees and other stakeholders are working toward common goals, establish agreement around intended outcomes or results, and assess and adjust the organizations. As you can see in these slides, you have here this person naa sa tuktok sa mountain, so that would be your goals for today. So yung goal is understanding what you expect is the first step to achieving. Okay, so if you're setting the goal is the first step on the road to success, diba? Regardless of how difficult the circumstances are, you have to pursue whatever it is. Diba? There are a dozens of significant ways you can help yourself get from where you passed, bring toward only the things that will help you succeed in the future. So, meaning that at the end of the day, if you want to get yourself from here to there, you need to talk everything you know and everything you need to learn forward. So, if you don't know where you are going, that's probably where you'll wind up nowhere. So, why is it that direction is important? Specifically, having no direction, the question is, where are you going? No? You do not know where you're supposed to go. So like this one, if you don't know where you are going, that's probably where you'll wind up nowhere. Diba? Like if you're driving a car and then you do not know which direction you want to go, you do not know which you're supposed to go. So if you don't know where you're going, that's probably where you wind up nowhere. And then we have here also the strategic planning, which is the method. It is said there that a long and expensive process only major corporations need. So tuon lang guno na kanang mag-strategic planning guno. But in reality, there are only 6-step process in the all organizations and individual can use to get more of what they want. Unom lang ka step nga process sa usa ka organization and individuals nga pagahimuon. Okay? Ang usa daw ka negosyo without a strategic plan is a mess. Your business is a mess or your organization is a mess if you don't have any planning at all. So as you can see in these slides, gubot pas lukot ang atong makita without using the strategic plan. So we are here to understand and to know more about strategic plan in introducing your business to the market. So there are 7 benefits of strategic planning. The first one is clearly defines the purpose of an organization or individual. So when we talk about clearly defines, that is an organizational with a clear purpose or mission is one that is easy to understand and manage, which leads to the achievement of common business goals. Clearly defines the purpose of an organization or individual. The second one is establishes realistic goals and objectives. So, these second benefits which you are willing and able to work toward. You are the only one that can determine just how substantial your goal should be. But you should ensure that there is a realistic chance that given the right circumstances, you are able to achieve it. The third one is communicates to all affected. So here, transparency is a key aspect. of gaining and maintaining the trust of your services users. As business rely on the availability and quality of services to be informed about any issues or incidents that affect the quality of those services. Kuha. The fourth one is we have the gains, buy-in, and ownership. So to explain with you, a buy-in is a reference to the repurchasing of shares by an investor because the original seller failed to deliver the shares as promised. So a buy-in can also be an agreement to purchase shares of something, or in some cases to buy a stake in a company that also has other owners. Ownership in stocks that is entitled a person to gives you the right to vote in a stakeholder meeting or receive dividends, which are the company's profits, if and when they are distributed, and it gives you the right to sell your shares to somebody else. And we have the fifth one, the blueprints, the use of resources. So when we talk about blueprints, that is your guide for making something or map to help you figure out what to do. So your strategic plan is your blueprint or guide, no? In something that you have to figure out in what to do in your business. The sixth one is create measurement and evaluation. So through strategic planning, that is a test process or it a techniques or the measurement necessary for evaluation in the process of your business. The seventh or the last benefits of strategic planning is we have the focuses, efforts, and results. So through your strategic plan, it is about aligning the key scales and setting plans for the delivery of certain results. So achieve those results in order to be successful in your business. So we have here the elements of a strategic plan. The first one is the visions. Who you want your company to be at its best. So, unsa may inyong panglantaw sa inyo ang business. That is your vision. Mission statement, how or what you do to achieve your vision. Unsa man inyo ang buhaton para ma-achieve ninyo ang inyo ang panglantaw sa inyo ang business. Then you have the core values. Why you do what you do. Then we have also the SWOT, strengths. Unsa man naa sa strengths. What you do well, how you act at your best. Unsa may naa jud dinha nga strengths ninyo nga inyong mapakita. Weaknesses, what are your blind sides, how you act under stress. Unsa may mga kakulangon sa inyo ang business na inyong i-introduce sa inyo ang market. Opportunities, external, positive, alternatives, and options to consider. So, unsa may mga oportunidad nga inyo ang ma-contribute sa inyo ang business. The threats, external, limitations, and blocks to recognize and plan for. Unsa may babag sa inyo ang business, no? So, you have to recognize it. That is what we call SWOT. Then we have the strategic objectives. Initiatives you have to achieve your visions. And then you have also to consider the SMART goals. So when we talk about SMART, that is S stand for specific, M measurable, A achievable, R realistic, T and timely action plans to accomplish the objectives. So let's proceed to the 6 simple steps of strategic planning. Number 1 is you have to identify the core values and culture. Second, craft vision and or mission statements. Third, SWOT. You have to evaluate internal and external influences. Fourth, design initiatives and goals to achieve improvement and desired results. The fifth one, engage and deputize all involved. Sixth, celebrate and revise. So we have here step 1, identify core values or culture. So you have to know your whys. Why is what we do important to us? So you have to ask why we do things the way we do them. Why does differentiate us? What drives us? So defining your purpose is mission critical to creating the business and or life that you want. So, what are the core values? So, in identifying your core values, we have here some core values you have to consider. We have the altruism, fun, excellence, community, competition, growth, profitability, time, trust, loyalty, clarity, sustainability, risk-taking, freedom, ownership, cooperation, caring, integrity, leadership, humor, commitment, balance, connection, partnership, honesty, autonomy, openness, creativity, independence, social responsibility, respect, recognition, service, accomplishment, self-expression, and innovation. So, all you have to do is to develop a list of 3 to 5 values that capture what drives you or your enterprise. Define what they look like, how do they show up. So, example for the core value in social responsibility. So, we will be responsible to the environment, our community, and our partners in all decisions and actions. Step 2, we have to identify who your organization is. So, diri na ang vision, makita na to. So, the vision is a statement of your dream where you visualize your organizations at its best. The mission is what you do that allows you to show your visions. So, both will include concepts and or words from your core values. So, this is the task that you're going to do. So, it's going to be your assignment in your group. So, you have to develop a 3 to 7 word vision statement that captures the essence of who you or your enterprise is at its best. Number 1, you have to utilize words or thoughts or concepts from your core values. Second, should be aspirational. You at your best. Third, clear, concise, targeted. So, examples, kung restaurant group, ang ilang giingon dira, we create community. ACS is the leader in promoting and supporting American cheeses. So, your vision statement is your North Star. It should always guide you, your team, and your organization. So, you have to make each group a vision. Second is we have mission statement. So, the mission is the how and what you do to achieve the vision, di ba? Unsa inyong buhaton para inyong makabot ang unsa inyong giplano sa or inyong giplano sa inyo ang business, vision, ang gusto niyo makabot sa inyo ang business. Unsay inyong buhaton, that is the mission. So the mission statements are always optional, but taking the time to develop one will always pay off. It allows others to understand the mechanics of how to accomplish the vision. Example, ACS mission statement. Sa may example diri. ECS provides the cheese community with educational resources and networking opportunities while encouraging the highest standards of cheese making focused on safety and sustainability. So, gonna be your assignment. Again, for your mission statement, make a list of 4 to 6 things you do or will do to achieve your vision. Kuha. Okay, we will proceed to the step 3, which is to evaluate internal and external influences. That is what we call SWOT analysis. So, what are those internal influencers? So, we know this, but don't necessarily share them with others. So, the S for the SWOT analysis stands for strengths. So, what we do best? What is the best among the rest of your business? Then your core competencies. Do you have all the resources, talents, and skills? Do you recognize for abilities, talents, and skills? So, what are those strengths that you have in your business? And then on the weaknesses is you have to consider what you struggle with. You're inconsistent. You don't have any resources. The blind sides of your business, your Achilles heel. So, in making this SWOT analysis, you have to capitalize on strengths in order for you to minimize or eliminate weaknesses. So, in your group, I want you to do this. Your task against or your assignment, you have to make strengths and weaknesses in your group. Now, we'll proceed to the external influencers. So, what are those external influencers in the SWOT analysis? So, that is the outside forces that can help or challenge us, no, sa atong business. So, we have the opportunities. So, what are those opportunities? Alliances, leverage exposure, underserved markets, doing things differently, out of the box thinking. Threats. So, may threats. Competition. Your competitors. That would be your threats. The economic factors. The lack of market. High costs. And then no growth. So, again, assignment for the step 3, you have to make in your group the opportunities and then the threats. Okay? Step 4, we have the initiatives and goals. So, what are we going to do here is what did your SWOT tell you? So, utilizing your weaknesses and opportunities, sort them into buckets, or you make the lists of like issues, example, systems, marketing, branding, communication. Sort and then define or name the list. So each person and organization will see clear and definitive areas of focus where they need to develop goals around. So we have here the assignment from your SWOT, in the initiative and goals. What are your big buckets in sorting your weaknesses and then your opportunities? Okay, you have to use the SMART goals in step 4. You have to develop a list of goals to get there. So from utilizing or from your weaknesses and opportunities, you can develop a goals, no, for you to get there. So goals can cover a 3-month to a 3-year time frame. So they should be revisited frequently to check and adjust. So all you have to do is you have to use the SMART goals. Kung sa may naa sa SMART, you have to be very specific. Then measurable, no? So we said in measurable, it should be your tests, no? The way your techniques. Then you have to be achievable. So during your specific, the test, it should be achievable Then it should be realistic and timely. So in business enterprise simulations, we have 80 hours to perform your business simulation. So 80 hours to complete your goals in your business. Kuha. Step 5, we have the engage and deputize all involved. So what are those deputize involved? We have the stakeholders, employees, vendors, media, friends and family, movers and shakers. So according to Rick Sprague, success without a plan is just an accident. No? Aksidente ra gyud na. Kung wala kay plano kung nahimo kang successful. So we have here the brand development in your step 5 in brand messaging. So the value and benefits of branding. So your brand captures your vision, values, and mission. Take note for that. Brand messaging is the vehicle you use to communicate that message to others so they can spread the word. No? Then deputize others with your brand promise, your brand value, your vision. You will attract the ideal customers, clients, and employees with a clear and focused brand assignment again. So you have to build a list of brand words that capture who you are. Verify that the words you choose are the best ones to describe your brand. Use your strengths for ideas for these words. When you have compiled this list, take the time to create a sentence or two to incorporate these words and eventually capture your brand message. So think about how you talk to others about who you or your company is, what you want them to say about you. Okay, so example for this one, we have here, for me, if someone asked me about myself, I would say, I am dedicated to making a difference through helping others reach their greatest potential. I support their success by assisting them to identify their strengths and discovering their and realize goals through exploring possibilities. The underlined words are all words that describe my brand personally and professionally. What does your brand message look like? Na, unsa may brand sa inyo ang business look like? So kung sa video, unsa gali tong sa video? We find ways, So mo nay brand nga gipalabas sa video. We find ways. So how about your business? What would be your brand name? So in step 6, we have to celebrate na and revise. So you can recognize, you can get your reward, you can acknowledge, you can invest in, thank you, and then you can look at the next level as a celebration. So you're done with your way of planning your business through all the way. So I have here preparing you the nuggets and the pearls. What one or two things will you take away today and be able to use? The nuggets or the pearls, no? And then we have also here to thank you, all of you, for the successful lessons that we have today. I just want to leave a message that to accomplish great things, we must not only plan, but we must also believe, according to Anatoly France. That's all for today. Thank you, and God bless everyone. Happy weekend.